Hi guys, my name's Ryan. I'm with Ironclad Insights, and today I want to walk you through a card in the game of Warmachine to get you better started and introduced to the game. As you can see, I've chosen a sharpshooter from Signar, the Storm Legion, and it is a solo. So starting at the top, the model's name is Sharpshooter. He fights for Signar. The faction of Signar that he fights for is the Storm Legion. You can also see referenced at the top that this is a solo. Beneath that, you'll see field allowance. This is the number of this individual model that you can take in any list at any time. To the right of that, you can see that there's a point cost of 3. In 2025, we generally play at 100 points for tournament settings, although 75 and 50-point games are not uncommon. And as a newer player, I would advise that you start with either a battle box or cadre battle. Beneath that, you'll see there is a health pool. That is the number of hit points that this model has that once they are gone, he dies. You can click the drop-down menu and see that he has 5 boxes. Below that, you'll see a quick reference to the character, along with the stats, an icon reference guide, and some special abilities that this model has. Starting with the icons, you'll see a 30 and a circle. This indicates the base size that this model is on. He is a 30 millimeter. In Warmachine, there are 30 millimeters, 40 millimeters, 50 millimeters, 80 millimeters, and 120 millimeter bases. The next symbol across is a lightning bolt in a crossed out symbol. This means lightning resistance. When a model makes a lightning damage roll against this model, it is reduced by 1 die. The arrow pointing to the right is advanced deployment. So in Warmachine, there are set deployment lines, and this model gets to deploy 3 inches ahead of your deployment line. Beneath that, we have statistics, starting with SPD, which references speed. This model's speed is 6, therefore in a regular activation, he can walk 6 inches. Everything in Warmachine is done by inches, so this 6 is always going to correlate to 6 inches. MAT is short for melee attack, or melee attack roll. You would roll 2d6s and add that number to your mat to either tie or break defense. If you do so, you have hit the model. The same goes for RAT, or ranged attack. 2d6, add to the number, try to tie or break defense. The last stat on this card is ARM, short for armor. The armor value is the number that your opponent or you need to break to do damage to a model. If you do not surpass this number, you do not do damage to the model. You can see that there's a drop-down menu for the special abilities. We're not going to go in depth into the special abilities today. We'll save that for another video. Beneath that, in the green, you will see that a ranged weapon is listed. Ranged weapons will usually be listed in green. There are also special rules for these. We're not going to bother with it, but there is a drop-down menu that you can drop and read this. Weapons also have their own statistics. Rat is referenced again, so the model's rat is here and here. To the right of that is range. So this gun, again, in inches, is range 12. So if a model is at or within 12 inches of you, you can declare a ranged attack against that model. Next is ROF, short for rate of fire, meaning the amount of times a gun can be shot in one activation. This model has a rate of fire of 1, so you shoot once and he is done with the gun. Next is AoE. This model does not have an AoE, but there are AoEs, or areas of effect, in the game. You will hit a model with an attack that has an AoE, and then it will be an AoE 2, 3, or 4. And the effect of AoE is, if it is a 2, it's the closest 2 models within 2 inches, 3 models within 3 inches, so on and so forth. The last stat on the weapon is the POW, or power of the weapon. You take this number and add it to 2 rolled d6s and combine them and then compare them to the armor. If they surpass, the amount of surpassed armor is the amount of damage that you do to the model. Underneath that, in the brown section, is the melee weapons section. You will see again that there's a quick reference guide to the MAT. There is a range with melee weapons as well as a range with ranged weapons, although it's usually shorter. Most models in Warmachine are range 1, 2, or if you are an elite model or have a chain weapon, sometimes you can be 3. The power is also listed again. Second verse, same as the first. You would take 2d6 and add it to this number and try to break your opponent's armor. Well, that's my quick reference guide to a card in the game of Warmachine, guys. I look forward to seeing you again in the next one for more in-depth videos. Have a great day.